but each year it just manages to come down to a real close race, and that's really what it's all about. All right, green flag is back out, Al. We are underway, and Steve Park once again jumps to the front and leads the 11 of Lemke and the 6 of Mike Stefanik.
Tony Hirschman working on Bobby Gagetskis in 57. Again, focus is on Hirschman. He will get around Bobby G as Rick Fuller continues to run at a virtual snail's pace on the Speedway.
A lot of drivers hustling to try to get back up front. The 99 of Jamie Tomeno trying desperately, but he's got a long, long way to go, and he will have an interesting chat, I'm sure, with the 44 crew when this one is all over, as Reggie has already expressed his displeasure with the activities of Jamie out on the racetrack. Meanwhile, Steve Park is just running away from Ed Flemke and the 6 of Mike Stefanik. Meanwhile, Jerry Marquis slides underneath the 14 car and he makes it a nice clean move. So Marquis, with car number 21, the Art Barry machine, has now moved into the 4th spot. That puts Tommy Bowles back into 5th. Bert Marvin is in the 6th position. That's how they run, with 113 up on the scoreboard.
Things are really getting heated for 2nd place. Here's Stefanik looking to the outside of Flemke. Flemke holding that strong groove will not let Stefanik around. Marquis getting into the picture as well. Now Tony Hirschman has passed Tony Ferrandi. That is a pass for position. Side by side for 2nd. Now Flemke slides up the track. He will lose 2nd to Stefanik. And here's Marquis coming for 3rd. Marquis will take over the number 3 spot. 10 to go. Dick Brooks holding out the 2 open hands. 10 laps to go. Tony Hirschman now closing in on a group of cars in front of him. He can get around the group that includes Meserve, Tomeno, and Carl Pastriak. He should be able to put the crown in his pocket, but it's no easily done thing. Steve Park on a Sunday evening drive under the full moon. The action further back in the field.
And I'll tell you, there's a lot of action and some anxiety as this thing is far from over. Hirschman takes a look underneath. The Meserve machine can't make the move as they work their way down the back straightaway, as Meserve and Tomeno run side by side. You can see an awful lot of action back there as Hirschman desperately looks for some running room. Takes a peek to the outside of the 99 car. Tony Hirschman, car number 3, up on the high side of turn 2, down the back straightaway, slips on by Tomeno. We don't know how, and gets a little bit closer to his goal.
And meanwhile, Dan Avery is coming like gangbusters as well. He's in a position to pass Hirschman. Avery is a lead lap car.
And we've got a spin down here in turn number 1. Yellow flag is out. And we also have a car, we believe, that is spun out. Yes, indeed. Ted Christopher's car number 13 down at the infield. Very, very busy, very successful, and very fortunate young man, Stephen Park. And I think that we can all feel very fortunate in having watched this young fella's career blossom from the first time that he appeared here at this racetrack and became the threat of the modified tour. Al, here they come.
2 to go. Green is in the air from Dick Brooks. Steve Park takes off, and he's got 4 car lengths over Mike Stefanik by the time they hit the start-finish stripe. Down into turn number 1. All the lead lap cars in single file. No challenges for position at the moment.
Here they come, off of turn number 4. This is it, the final circuit for the NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour for 1996. And Steve Park is the man at the helm. He leads them off the 2nd turn and down that 500-foot back straightaway for the final time for this year and possibly the final time in his career. A comfortable advantage over Mike Stefanik as he exits turn number 4. It is Stephen Park to claim the win, followed by Stefanik, Marquis, Flemke in that order.
Steve Park going out in style, and what would you expect from a gentleman who is not only a tremendous race driver, but also a truly outstanding young man. He will receive the congratulations of his competitors. Jerry Marquis pulling up alongside. We We have seen perhaps the last modified race of Steve Park's career, but we will certainly hear much, much more of Steve Park. Not only will he be a fine racer as he goes off to race for Dale Earnhardt, but he will be a great ambassador for racers here in the Northeast, and by his presence, he greatly increases the prestige of Modified Tour and
no question about that, Al. And Steve told me last weekend that he really would like to be able to come back and run a modified race or two next year. Of course,
Steve Park taking a well-deserved, a richly deserved Polish victory lap. Truly one of the fine drivers to come out of the Northeast, come out of Lakeland. Give him a hand as he rolls down past pit grandstands, up here along the strip that leads to Victory Lane. You have seen one of the great talents in racing, and also one of the truly fine people in the sport. We had the pleasure of calling many races, one by his mother, and it's great to see all of you, one by Steve himself.
Okay, he's a great kid, and he has certainly earned everything that has come his way. This victory has come his way tonight, and let's enjoy it with him. Once again, Rich Bono is trackside. Rich.
All right, this is going to be a fun victory lane. Steve Park, in perhaps his final drive in a NASCAR Modified, wins here at Thompson Speedway. The World Series, his 5th NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour race of the year. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time in a NASCAR Modified. Let's hear it for Northport, Long Island, New York. Steve Park, he is the winner. And for the 2nd year in a row, the runner-up in the NASCAR Modified standings to Tony Hirschman, and we'll have a word with everybody here in a few moments. Congratulations from everybody all around here in Victory Lane, as they are a happy bunch. His dad, Bob Park, is here congratulating his son, Steve, on a tremendous victory, Steve. There's Patty Mansell, the car owner, giving Steve a big hug. Congratulations, Steve. You won your first Modified Tour race here at Thompson Speedway back, what, 1989? Something like that, in the Thompson 300 from Kurt Chase. Won your last one here tonight for Scott and Patty Mansell. This car was hooked after that restart. You blasted your way to the front. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start to thank people. You know, I'll have to start by thanking Don Honing and DR and all the people here at Thompson, everyone that works here. They've just been wonderful to me throughout my career. These fans, these guys are the best. You guys are the best out here, I'll tell you. And, you know, I got to thank my crew. Tony's engine, his engine just ran flawless. Goodyear tires were awesome all day. Troyer chassis, Sunoco race fuels. Scott and Patty and my whole crew, they just did a great job. They had an awesome pit stop, and we were able to take the Sunoco Chevrolet up to the field tonight.
Hey, you drove it hard at the last caution there. Mike Stepanek and his crew thought they had something for you, but you were able to just blast away with the restart.
Yeah, me and Mike got the run in there. We were a little bit loose on our first set of tires, and you know, we came in. My crew did a great job of getting us in and out of the pits and tightening the car up, and we wanted to get a good restart there with only 2 laps to go, and we got a good jump, and we were able to come in victory lane.
9 poles and 5 wins this year, and what, just about 10, 12 points behind in the race for the championship again for the 2nd year in a row. Great season for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's been a great season. You know, I'd like to congratulate Tony Hirschman. He's been tough all year, you know, and we came out here and did what we had to do, and you know, unfortunately the points didn't fall our way again, and you know, again a bridesmaid, but I'll tell you what, you know, these modifieds are great. I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss all the modified fans, and we'll be back to see everybody next year, and hopefully we'll have good luck with Dale and Teresa Earnhardt's push car.
All right, the best of luck to you in 1997, driving that number 3. Steve Park, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Your winner here tonight at the Thompson International Speedway in the World Series of Speedway Racing. Stephen Park from East Northport, Long Island, New York. Back in the late 1980s, he won his first National Modified Tour race here at Thompson Speedway, the big one, the 300, and he wins his last Modified Tour race here tonight for Scott and Patty Mansell in the Sunoco Race Fuels car in Victory Lane with Don Honing and Steve Park, your winner tonight. All right, we're going to run over here and find the national champion, Tony Hirschman, for the 2nd year in a row, the 3rd year in a row for Len Bowler. As we'll try to find Tony down here. He is getting his picture taken in Victory Lane as Tony wins the national championship. Tony, congratulations. I'll tell you what, a little bit of a scary moment there for you a couple of times. Ended up back in the pack, came up through, and I think it was a run-in out there with Carl Pasternak, if I'm not mistaken, that may have cut down your left front.
I didn't need that. You know, we had a good car. You know, we were coming back up through, taking my time, and I thought Carl would give me room on the outside. As soon as I pulled up next to him, he just wiggled a little bit, come out in front of me, and I poked him with my left front. And I could not believe the thing started going flat. We were riding around. I was like, holy shoot, we're going to have to run this thing to the end on the rim. And lucky that caution came on the end here. I could get in and get it off and another tire on. But I don't know why he's got to come down to this, such suspension like this every year. That's close, you know, but I know it gives you guys a lot to talk about. And sure, getting too old for this stuff coming this close, you know.
It's a great year for you. 2 in a row for you and Len Bowler, a team that just got together prior to the start of last year. 3 in a row for Bowler. Pretty amazing for this old race car in this team.
He sure is. You know, he puts a good race car underneath you every week, and the guys just do a good job. You know, the car finishes races. You know, we don't win as many races as some of the other guys do, but 3 ain't too bad this year, and a lot of top 5s. That's what I made all the points, and I don't know why it's got to come down to the wire like this. We had a 200-some point lead here a couple races back, but it just makes you tough, you know. It makes Steven tough. That's where he's going, where he is, and you know, sure makes me tough too. You know, to endure this. You know, we led the points like the last 2 years, just about, you know, both years, the whole year, and just looking back over my shoulder all that time, it's just like, you know, you wonder who's the next guy going to come up after you. But just feels great, you know, especially for letting you guys. You know, I got to give him a lot of credit. I don't know how many years he got left in him, you know, to keep putting these championship cars underneath people, and you know, I just got to give him a lot of credit.
Well, 2 in a row, congratulations. Put you on a big list of a lot of historic names in this division, like Richie Evans, Jerry Cook, a lot of guys that have won this national championship, Brett Sarah, Mel Stevens, and now you're a 2-time champion. You're a great champion, and you represent this division well. Tony Hirschman, ladies and gentlemen, the 1996 National Modified Champion in Victory Lane here along with Len Bowler. I'd like to try to find Lenny and get a word with him. But he's probably loading up the hauler right now, because that's the usual thing that Lenny does after he wins a championship. He goes on and he loads up the truck so they can get on out of here and get home. Len Bowler, 3 years in a row, they are the national champions.
Congratulations to all, and since we mentioned the car owner of the modified titleist, we should also mention Paul Dunnigan, the car owner champion with the International Super Modified Association, and Gene Angelillo, who's again the NEMA Midget car owning champion. Congratulations to all, and of course, all these drivers, to the best of my knowledge, plan to defend that crown next year.
And as a side note, too, for trivia buffs, keep in mind that today some history was established as well, in that in the modern day era, for the first time since the establishment of the modified tour concept, a car owner has won 3 consecutive championships. 3 of any kind. Okay.
No one else has had 3 titles as a modified tour owner.
That's right, come to think of it, that's right.
Dating back to 1985. Great field of road stocks here. Again, I'm amazed after the long, hard season. These cars get raced a lot. Some of them get raced 3 times a week, but yet the vast majority are in virtual show car condition here at Thompson for the World Series. Time to go racing.
No question about it. Lou Mantelitis is bringing the field around with car number 47. The pace car dives in, and we are underway. Green flag is out. Mantelitis jumps right out in front. Premier holds on for the second spot. Seidema in for third. Car number 19, Jeff Seidema. Seidema does make that move, and Murray, car number 8, that is Russ Murray, assumes position number 4. But here comes Rick Martin in the 14 down on the inside to round up the top 5. Slowly but surely we shuffle the deck, sort this one out, but we've got a spin as Jimmy Kuhn goes around, and now we are literally stacking them up as they exit turn number 4. The track completely blocked, and we have got, I'm going to guess a quick count, a dozen cars involved in this thing.
And 3 or 4 who are central to the accident look to be in pretty bad shape, with a large amount of steam wafting from one of them. That, of course, means a turn.
Let's see, it looks like we have one more car. Dick Houlihan able to pull away. Wayne Dion is driving away with the 99.
All right, looking for the restart here this time as Lou Mantelitis will bring him around with the 1 of Pete Frappier on the outside. Then it's Jeff Seidema, who was a feature winner here this year, and Russ Murray finished second in the big 150 lapper that we had here earlier in September, October. Wheels them off 4. Pace car is off. Green is out. We're back underway.
Rick Fuller dives to the bottom of the racetrack and tries 17. And the 47 of Menchelitis up on the high side. The A1 of Frappier gets squeezed right up against the wall, but everybody makes it through. And it looks like we have
a couple of cars going around in turn 2.
3 cars in all.
66, Martin Pike around. He is still underway. Frank Colson trying to pull back out on the racetrack, but we are going to go to yellow. Ooh, right, the leader's coming off, and now Jimmy Kuhn goes around as a result of getting on the binders a little too hard.
All right, so Colson pulls out. We still have another car that is...
That's the 62.
In the infield, it sure is.
John
Shortell.
Shortell.
With car number 47. That is the A1 of Pete Frappier. Pace car dives in. Here they come, and Frappier gets a good run on the outside. They're even, Steven, and the green is out.
All right, they're underway once again as they rumble back into the first turn. Lou Menchelitis on the inside in that number 47 as the field slides around in 1 and 2. Menchelitis with the lead over Pete Frappier. Jeffrey Zeidema still there in third spot. Here comes Radical Rick along with Russ Murray as they rumble back to the line. Here comes the one, Frappier down to the bottom, trying to take the lead away as we lap number 3. Oh, and contact is made. Frappier spins, Menchelitis, and here we go again.
Okay.
Started right up in front as we also see Rick Fuller heading in from damage. It started right with the race leaders as Pete Frappier tried to get a run under Lou Menchelitis, and the two made contact, and Menchelitis wasn't able to save the car. They both went around, and
he did this many times. Accidents are just, they are strictly accidents. They're totally unavoidable, and they happen and unfortunately collect up some race cars. And then you have situations that are absolutely needless. No need for, with 3 laps on the scoreboard. Well, at any rate.
Pits, and it looks like Krapata and the 8 car of Murray are now pulled out of the turn 2 area.
Murray stable has been reduced now to 1 automobile, we believe.
With 3 down, scheduled of 32 to go in this one for the Pro Stocks. And Jeff Zeidema, the new race leader. Green flag is out. Zeidema steps on it and takes it out in the lead, and there goes Kuhn.
Jimmy Kuhn for the second time tonight to ride down through the infield and come to rest against the wall. It does not look, however, as though he made hard contact with the wall. We'll see if he can refire the car.
Kuhn did not get up to speed on the start, and he got routed around by the 74 of Lou Pryor, and that brings out another caution.
Meanwhile, a lot of smoke coming out from car number 39, George Bissett's machine.
Crash was back just about dead last. 2 laps later, he is in 7th by avoiding the rest of the wrecks. So let's see what happens. All right, green is out. We're back racing, folks, as they rumble back to the stripe. Down to the line, Zeidema out-drags the 14 of Martin into the first turn. As they scramble down to that first corner, we have got Martin in the lead, or Martin rather, in second, trying to chase down Jeff Zeidema. And we've got a car going around on the back straightaway. That is Hooley. Dick Houlihan. Wow, Lou Menchelitis just misses. Dick Houlihan, who sits there on the back straightaway, and now we're back under yellow again. Hooley restarts the car. The Pro Stocks get set to do battle out in the third turn. Zytamo, who had a great restart last time over Ricky Martin, has a good one this time. Look at Rigo down on the inside. He is 3 deep underneath Jimmy McCallum as they come down to the line. Rigo trying to get a few spots here. And look at McCallum's right rear fender. Boy, that thing is flapping in the breeze out there in the number 2, the Hydrostop roofing car. Keep your eyes on that.
All right, little bumper thumper between Martin and Zytama as Jeff Zytama won the drag race down through turns 1 and 2. Jeff gets a little high. Martin looks to the low side, pulls up alongside, sticks the nose there, but can't quite make the move. Jeff still has the advantage, and Martin gets a little bit loose between 1 and 2, but is able to gather it back. 74 of Luke Pryor is in the 3rd spot. 4th is Ernie Holland in the 31. Rounding out the top 5 is Dave Salzarullo in car number 32. Then it is Jim McCallum. Car number 2 is officials keep a close eye on the 4. And we've got the 58 of Crosley going around again in virtually the same spot. Second time for Mike Crosley, but
does a good thing and keeps it going.
The Attaboy Award going to Mike Crosley from Pasco, Rhode Island.
All right, here comes Martin again, digging at the bottom of the racetrack, but
this time
a good
gets
run.
the position.
Job there for Ricky Martin as he gets by Zytama. Lou Pryor's up to 3rd, Ernie Holland is 4th, and Dave Salzarullo looking strong out there. Saz right now running in the 5th spot. With McCallum in 6th, Rigo 7th, Dion 8th. And we've got trouble in 4. We've got a couple of cars together. Marty Pike and Chris Ignazio bring out the yellow with 8 laps complete. Ignazio is up against the wall, but Pike able to pull away in the 66. There goes Chris Ignazio. Also, Crosley spinning out again in turn 2 as Ignazio pulls his car off the racetrack and down into the infield pits. Pace car ready to duck in with Radical Rick and Jeff Zytama to bring him around. Here they come.
Oh, great jump. Great jump for Rick Martin as he takes full advantage and leads them back across the line. Zytama slides back in for a second. Pryor holds on for the 3rd spot. It is still Ernie Holland in car number 31, running in the 4th spot with the 64 machine. Now up into position number 5. Off the turn they come. Back down across the line as about the first third of the field is running single file. Then they get stacked back up with Fran Colson down on the inside. Lou Magelitis in the 47 also running the low groove. Rick Fuller with car number 17 pulls up and plays a little bumper tag with the U2, and everybody is okay. Fuller trying to get back into the thick of this thing.
Jeff Priest off the pace, and he is going to pull his car down into the infield. Meanwhile, the lead duo have pulled away just a little bit over Lou Pryor and Ernie Holland. George Rigo there in the 5th spot. 6th, Dave Salzarullo. 7th is McCallum. 8th is Dion, and 9th is the 02 of Buzzy Kazanson in that number 02 car. Martin trying to win again. He was 2nd in the points here at Thompson Speedway this year. Won, 3 races, but had a few more DNFs than Dick Houlihan did. And it cost him the 1996 championship. Finished 2nd for the 2nd straight year. He finished 2nd to Mike Wheaton last year.
As Wheaton last year took down 3 separate track championships driving 1 race car. So that was quite a feat for Mike Wheaton 1 year ago. All right, lucky number 13 up on the boards this time by as Rick Martin continues to set the pace with the number 14 car.
One of the Murrays, that's the 80 of Rob Murray.
And so now 3 for 3. All 3 of the Murray race cars out of contention for a win here tonight, which is really kind of too bad because each one of those cars has the potential of winning.
All right, coming up on lap 15, 20 laps to go. Next time by for the leader, Radical Rick Martin, Westport, Massachusetts, leading Jeff Zeidema in this NASCAR Winston Racing Series Pro Stock main event. As they come back to the stripe to complete the 15th circuit, it's Martin, Zeidema, Pryor, Holland, and Rigo.
Then we go back to Salzarulo in the 32 McCallum, the 99 of Dion, the 17 of Fuller. That's how they run off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Rick Martin with a very comfortable lead now over Jeff Zeidema, as Martin finds this Sunday night very, very much to his liking here at Thompson Speedway. Zeidema also doing very well, but I'm sure he would be much happier if he were in the lead.
Zeidema with a good run there. He's got a couple of wins under his belt this year as well. Jeff Zeidema in that number 19 car, as they head to the stripe, completing lap number 17 here this evening. Into the wall is Dion, as he got a little wide off turn 4 that time. We see some sparks coming out of the car down into turn 1. Wayne Dion got a little bit wide out of that 4th turn and clipped the wall. A lot of experience at this racetrack for that guy. Wayne Dion, a former champion here back in 1979 in a late model car. He's got a small block modified championship as well, and has also run very well in the Pro Stocks. Folks, we're at halfway, believe it or not. 18 down, 17 to go, as Dion tries to hold off Rick Fuller, but Fuller grabs that position out there on the racetrack, the number 17 Riverside Park Pontiac. Rick Fuller moves up a notch.
Apparently Dion has a broken header somewhere on that race car, because you can see the fuel load building up as he enters the turn, and then it suddenly pops right about there. Well, no, he didn't.
Oh, there goes the U2. Ooh. And for the second time tonight, Mekalitis does a great job avoiding that one. That was the U2 going around out there in the second turn.
That's Mike Gramellini, and we'll see if he's able to refire that car.
He's gone a lap down, sitting down there in the infield already.
Laps continue to tick away, and Dick Brooks keeping a close eye on that. There he goes.
There
he
he
refires the race car. We remain under green. But Mike Crosley has once again found his favorite spot. Field off at turn number 4.
How that car always stays running after he spins out. He always is able to keep it underway. Sportsman-like driver there, Mike Crosley in the 58. Rick Fuller's on the move, folks. I'll tell you what, he is climbing up through the field. He's now up in, I believe, into the 6th position in the Riverside Park, number 17. Made a couple of pit stops, and he is climbing up through the pack. As we've got 13 laps to go. Fuller in 6th, trying to close in on Rigo. But, boy, he has got a long way to go to catch Ricky Martin over a straightaway. Separates Rick Fuller from the leaders. And out in 2, Dion gets turned around by Damon Tavaleris. Wayne sliding around there in the infield grass. He's got the car pointing in the right direction. Let's see if Wayno is able to restart the car, and the yellow comes out immediately as Dion is able to get the 99 refired, but the caution had already flown for Wayne Dion. McCallum and Dave Salzarulo, Damon Tavaleris, and Buzzy Bazanson completing the top 10. All right, oh, squeezing by that Camaro pace car there in turn 4. As Martin stood on it, Billy Shaverko was still out on the racetrack. Everybody looks by, and they run back into the first turn with Martin in the lead.
All right, so Martin maintains the advantage. Zeidema is right there. Luke Pryor Jr. off the pace by about a car length. Then it is back to Rigo in the 64. Fuller has already managed to put away the 31 of Holland. And now Fuller looks to the outside of car number 64, George Rigo. Rick Fuller wanting to get up into the thick of this thing and battle for the lead, and he looks to the outside of Rigo as they head down the back straightaway. He pulls up alongside, and Fuller puts the 17 up into 4th.
Picks up 2 spots in just 2 laps. Rick Fuller from Auburn, Massachusetts, in that Riverside Park Pontiac, climbing up to the front. Had a very disappointing run of the NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour feature event, and very disappointing end of the season for Rick Fuller in that Bobby Fuller-owned automobile, but he would love to go out in style with a win here tonight in that Riverside Park number 17, feature winner this year here at the Big T. Heading into the first turn, once again, 9 laps to go as we begin to wind this one down. It is Radical Rick Martin in the lead, Jeff Zeidema in second, Lou Pryor is third, Rick Fuller fourth, George Rigo fifth. Up into the sixth position now is Jim McCallum. Damon Tavares is up into seventh. Eighth is now Houlihan, falling way back into the ninth spot. Ernie Holland and in 10th, Dave Salsarulo in 32. Houlihan is coming here in that number one. Started 26th, worked his way up to seventh, and spun out, and is now back up into the top 10 in the number one. That's been pretty much, since he spun himself out, it's been pretty much all under green that he's worked his way to the front. So a great run for Hooley in the number one here tonight.
Priest is back on pit road with car number 4 and appears to be headed back out onto the racetrack after a, well, not exactly a quick stop, but a stop in the pit area. Meanwhile, the laps continue to tick away. We'll put 29 on the board as they cross the stripe, make it 29.
All Rick Martin out in front, still in the lead in that Whitewater Seafood car as David Hutchins goes around out in turn 3, and that'll bring out the yellow. David Hutchins in the number 96 spins right up in between 3 and 4 under the Napa sign, and that brings out the caution. They are going to put the 34 Chris Ignacio behind the wall. You can see the steam and the water coming out of that car. Hutchins is going to pick up at the back of the pack, and that is it for Ignacio tonight. Chris Ignacio in the 34, done for the night. 6 to go in this Pro Stock feature event. Ricky Martin once again gets the good jump, but here comes Fuller on the outside of Pryor as they race hard to the line. Fuller trying to take advantage of that outside line of the restart. Pryor races him hard into turn 1. They're side by side off of 2.
Fuller gets a great run off that banking, however, and puts the 17 up into the 3rd spot. Tries to tuck right in on the rear bumper of Zeidema. It is Martin, Zeidema, Fuller, Pryor, and Rigo in that order as they cross the start-finish line. With 30 circuits up on the board, 5 remain to be run in this feature event, with only 3 more races to round out our Red Dog World Series.
That's all, huh?
That's all, huh?
All right, here they come down to the stripe again, and we see the 14, Radical Rick Martin in front. He's been there just about all night. With 4 laps to go now, Zeidema holding on to that number 2 spot. Fuller looks like he's crested up about as high as he's going to go here, up into 3rd. Doesn't look like he's got a whole lot left to challenge Jeff Zeidema and Ricky Martin. Lou Pryor, great run for Lou Pryor. Great way to close out the year. He is up there in the top 5. And George Rigo, Jim McCallum, and Dick Houlihan doing battle. Let the fiberglass fly here. In the final couple of laps, here comes McCallum. 2-time winner here at Thompson this year. Slides on up to the 5th position as he goes up and around George Rigo.
A little contact between Rigo and Houlihan. The smoke was quite evident there down the back straightaway. But they worked their way off the turn, back down main straightaway. With 33 of 35 of the board's final 2 circuits being posted, and they are headed for home. White flag will fly this time. It will be Rick Martin. Martin across the line. One more time around the 5/8 mile oval for Rick Martin, for Jeff Zeidema, for Rick Fuller, Lou Pryor, and Jimmy McCallum. Checkered flag is waving, and here comes your leader and your winner, Rick Martin, followed by Zeidema, Fuller, Pryor, McCallum, and Houlihan. Red Dog World Series win for the Pro Stocks. It will go into the record books as the property of one Rick Martin. Car number 14, as Martin managed to wrestle the lead away from Jeff Zeidema between turns 1 and 2, and then went on virtually unchallenged for the remainder of the event. So Rick Martin leads a crew across the line with Jeff Zeidema in 2nd, Rick Fuller in 3rd, 4th, the 74 of Lou Pryor, and rounding out the top 5, unofficially, car number 2 for Jim McCallum. Okay, remember the fish sandwich special at the concession stand. The whole package, just $2.99. All right, the man they call Radical Rick has pulled into victory lane here at the Thompson Speedway, is being greeted by Bob Slade and our very own Rich Bono. Rich?
All right, Russ Dowd, thanks very much. In victory lane here, Radical Rick Martin nails down another win here at the Big T. I believe this is his 4th win of the year here at Thompson Speedway, 2nd in the track championship for the 1996 racing season, and Radical Rick Martin. Out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Radical Rick Martin, your winner of the Pro Stock feature event tonight at the World Series. Ricky Martin in fine style. This car was hooked up pretty well tonight. Congratulations, Rick. Jeff Zeideman was right there, but he didn't have anything for you tonight.
Yeah, it felt real good tonight. I got to thank Edna May, Whitewater Seafood, for giving me such a great car, and Precision Engine to give me the power to put it up front. Also, Australia's Truck and Acne Sanitation. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thanks a lot.
Been a great year for you. Track championship out at Seekonk, what, 5 wins down there, and 4 wins here this year, just short of the championship again, but a great year for Rick Martin all around.
Yeah, we just got to thank God on a great year. It was one good, safe year. That's all that matters.
All right, congratulations, Ricky. Rick Martin, ladies and gentlemen, is the winner of the Pro Stock feature event tonight in the Precision Engines, Australia's Trucking, and Whitewater Seafood Pro Stock, car number 14. That's it for Victory Lane for the Pro Stock main event, so let's go back upstairs. We have got the Strictly Stocks on the racetrack now, so let's go upstairs to Russ Dowd. Russ?
A lot of the heavy hitters right up front. Charlie Bailey in this 94, starting on the pole in this one. Lance Jennison, the defending track champion, will start 3rd. All top runners. Ryan Stone has run pretty well here at Thompson in the past as well, and the 96 champ, Glenn Boss, will start 4th. Look at that, Scott Bronson, brand new done-up race car here. That number 15 will start 5th, and Mike Licio in 6th as we get set to go with this one. Here to go, folks. We've got the Strictly Stocks here, 20 laps. Then we've got the late model stock cars that'll go 25 laps tonight, and then we will close it out with the Thompson Mini Stock feature event that will run a distance of 15 laps tonight as a part of the Red Dog Racing World Series of Auto Racing here at the Big T. Thanks for joining us. All right, field lined up. Safety lights are out on the Thompson Speedway Camaro pace car, and we are set to run here as the pace car ducks for cover. Charlie Bailey will bring them around along with Ryan Stone and Lance Jennison and Glenn Boss, all strong runners here at the Big T. Green is out. We're underway with the Strictly Stock main event.
Into turn 1 to go, and it is Bailey setting the pace as he slides up in front of the 39 of Stone. Charles Bailey sets the pace. Stone is running in the 2nd spot, side by side for 3rd as the 07 of Cullerton has gone around in turn number 2. He is running.
Underway.
So
remember,
are we.
These are the first laps these drivers have turned in over a week here at Thompson Speedway. They get no practice today, so right out on the racetrack, right on it, 2x2, side by side, all running for bear as Bill McNeil gets out of shape in turn 2 in that 44 car, but he nicely gathers it in. He won a B-Main earlier this year. He'd never been in a race car before then, and won his very first time out on the racetrack. Spot away as they exit turn 2. Also keep your eyes on the 97 of Ernie LaRose.
LaRose has now managed to move up past the 15 of Scott Bronsick, and the 1 of Lance Jennison is kind of sandwiched in between LaRose and the 76 of Boss. Jennison running very, very well all year long. But Charles Bailey is the man of the hour as he has about a 5-car length advantage over the 2nd place automobiles, but that is about to come to an end as Glenn Boss slides on by Ryan Stone. Boss now puts the 76 into the 2nd spot. He brings along with him car number 1, or is it a case of LaRose pushing the number 1? But either way, Lance Jennison moves into 3rd, and LaRose is right there knocking on the door as they work their way underneath the 39 of Ryan Stone.
All right, Lance Jennison, last year's champion, up into the 3rd position as we've got trouble here on the front straightaway. That's Norm Beauvais. Oh, they were completely sideways. Everybody straightens it out, but the caution had already been thrown. On this restart, 4 down, 16 to go for the Strictly Stocks here tonight. One of the regular weekly divisions here at the Big T. All right, green is out. We're back underway. Let's see what Charles Bailey has here. If he can hold off Glenn Boss, the 96 champion. Here comes Ernie LaRose from Plainfield, Connecticut. He sticks the nose out there as well, trying to give an assist to Glenn Boss and make that outside line move. But Bailey is able to hold on to the position as they exit turn 2. We're working lap 5. Boss is there in second. LaRose running side by side with Lance Jennison for the 3rd position. It looks like Ernie LaRose from Plainfield in the 97 WCTY automobile takes over 3rd. He's got that advantage with Jennison falling back to 4th. Scott Bronsick working his way up to 5th. And Jerry Kadare, pretty good run up into the 6th spot, dropping Ryan Stone into 7th. Mike Liscio is in 8th. And Art Hall up into the 9th position as Vinny Benoit falls off the pace in the number 21.
I was just gonna comment on what a great run Vinny Benoit was having. And it all appears to be coming to an end as he slows and drops to the bottom of the racetrack. Meanwhile, some of the other heavy hitters in this division trying to make a run for the front. 72 of Mike Alfiero, and I'm just going to say the 13, but unfortunately Macrino has gone around now, and it looks like he is trying to start it, but
yellow is out.
Now there is a genuine effort to start that because we can see right down into the race car from up here. You can see every time he hits the starter, it just is not, the commensurator is not commensurate.
As they say in the Chitwood Show, the generator gens and the pistons work.
Go up and down.
For 1997.
All right, under green we are, and Bailey once again will lead them off of turn number 4. The challenge is for second as LaRose has now managed to try to sneak that spot away from Glenn Boss, but Glenn takes the 76 in deep through turns 1 and 2. Side by side, Boss right up almost against the wall as they exit turn number 2, has an advantage of about 3 feet. But Boss takes it in very deep. In fact, almost too deep because he gets up high and Jennison goes around with car number 1. Does a 360, pops that baby in gear and keeps on trucking. Blaze zips down through the infield. Mows a little long, but we remain under green as Lance Jennison.
That was an impressive burnout.
I was going to say, that's some serious power there.
Yeah. All right, off turn 4. Here comes 94, Charles Bailey, still in the race lead, and Ernie LaRose, his neighbor from Plainfield, is up there in second now. 3rd is the 76 of Glenn Boss, the 1996 champion, as they rumble off of turn number 2. Jerry Kadare with a terrific run. Kadare is up into the 4th position. Scott Bronsick is 5th. In 6th is Ryan Stone. Mike Liscio, who is up among the leaders, has now fallen off the pace in the number 47, and it looks like he's going to take it down into the infield.
Bailey and the 97 automobile, Ernie LaRose, running pretty much bumper to bumper. LaRose looking for any opportunity to move in and challenge Bailey for the lead. Bailey has had a very, very successful year. In fact, the lead trio, each one has had a very successful season. And right now, Bailey appears to be the man to beat as we reach the halfway point.
I'll tell you what, though, Ernie LaRose is really putting the pressure on Charles Bailey as they run off turn 2. Still a long way to go to this one. 10 laps to go, and Bailey is in defensive mode. At this point, he is driving low on the racetrack, and he's going to make LaRose work to the high side. You can see Bailey riding right on the bottom of the racetrack, not trying to give LaRose an inch, and Ernie's trying to take an inch down on the bottom over there. And he's got the fender up alongside as they go back into turn 1. Let's see what happens.
LaRose once again is able to inch an inch and...
Whoa, trouble right here on the front straightaway. Hard hit by the number 33. I think that's Paul Rapps. Sorry, Cliff Gomo in the 33 here tonight. Cliff Gomo. And we see, yeah, there he is. Cliff is okay, so that's a good sign because that was a pretty hard shot there for Cliff. And I think he's not a happy guy right now. This is his first start in one of these cars, strictly stock automobile. And it doesn't appear that he's happy with Scott Souza, driver of the number 6. Cliff will be All right, green is out, and here comes LaRose. He gets the big jump on the restart, and Ernie LaRose out of Plainfield, Connecticut, doing battle with Charles Bailey out there in 2. Scott Fanning gets hooked around out there in the second turn, but he's still underway, and we're going to stay green here as Fanning pulls away. Ernie LaRose now in the 97 uses the high line to his advantage, and he grabs the lead away from Charles Bailey out there on the racetrack with 8 laps remaining. 8 to go for Ernie LaRose from Plainfield, Connecticut over Charles Bailey, who falls back into the second spot. Glenn Boss, the track champ, is third. In fourth, Jerry Kader. Fifth is Scott Bronsick. Sixth, Norm Bove. Seventh is Russ Hawley. In eighth is Al Fierro. Ninth, Art Hall, and Ryan Stone back into the 10th spot with 7 laps to go.
Great run for Al Fierro as he started really deep in the pack here tonight and has managed to work his way up through. So congratulations going out to the driver of the 72, but we got problems. Big time problems, and it looks like Scott Bronsick's car number 15 and the 11 car coming together over there in turn number 2. Bronsick is out of the race car. Fortunately, he is okay, but a hard hit for Scott Bronsick. Car number 15. And Norm Bove limps down pit road with car number 11.
Pretty hard hit for Scott. They just brought that car back out after almost the same kind of crash. Took him out in turn 4 just a month or so ago.
Looks like he hit hard enough to break the fuel pump off, and that is what flamed up there for a second. That would be a whoops, looks like we're playing a little game of bumper thumper over in the backstretch. We would hate to have you bail out before this thing is all over.
Yeah, you've hung in near this long,
you've
folks.
been here. I mean, gee whiz, be able to need a little bragging rights over the winter.
All right, green drops, and we're going at it again. This time, Glenn Boss trying to get a run on the inside underneath the 70 or 94 of Charles Bailey, as that's the battle for the second position. 6 laps to go this time, and Charles Bailey is able to hold off Glenn Boss. Jerry Kader still there in 4th spot. Russ Hawley is 5th. Art Hall is 6th. Mike Alfiero 7th. Then it's Ryan Stone back there in the 8th spot. 6 to go now for 97 Ernie LaRose as they come back to the stripe, putting another one upon the boards.
LaRose with the 97 car out in front, and it looks like maybe we have settled that battle for a second, as Bailey has been able to outmotor the 76 of Boss on a couple of occasions. We'll see if he's able to maintain that advantage as Holly retires car number 46 down the infield pit road, another vehicle which does post a for sale sign. Ernie LaRose with 5 to go.
LaRose out in front, running very well here in this strictly stock feature event. Ernie started 8th on the grid. A lot of the heavy hitters were right up front. Bailey right on the pole, and didn't bother LaRose. He methodically picked his way to the front and took over the lead a few laps ago, and he's out in front with just 4 circuits around the 5/8 mile left in his 1996 racing season. Ernie LaRose, Plainfield, Connecticut, AFM Engineering car, and we got Macrino spinning again out in turn 4. He couldn't restart his car last time he spun out. We'll see what happens this time for the driver out of Waterford, Connecticut, Tony Macrino, and Dick Brooks is going to wave the yellow for Tony Macrino from Waterford and the Macrino Electric Automobile.
4th turn has not been kind to him this evening.
Just 4 laps remain in this one for Ernie LaRose. This should be a quick caution.
All right, looks like everybody is set. Here they come. LaRose jumps on the throttle about 300 feet early, but the rest of the field follows suit. And Ernie LaRose will bring them to the start-finish line. Glenn Boss now has an advantage as they head into the turn. Will he be able to grab the spot? Boss and Bailey side by side. Boss a little out of shape off of 2, and that gives Bailey a half a car length advantage, but Boss motors back on the inside. Deep into turn number 3. Boss down on the inside, gets a little bit loose again, As they exit turn number 4, they remain side by side.
All right, 3 laps to go, and you can bet that's exactly what Ernie LaRose wants to see in his rearview mirror. Those 2 guys duking it out for 2nd spot. He's able to get a free run around the 5/8 mile and pull away from 2nd place running Charles Bailey, who takes back that position from Glenn Boss. Jerry Cadere still there in 4th, and a good run for Art Hall tonight. Was back there at about 10th spot a few laps ago, and he has worked his way up into the top 5. Russ Hawley is 6th, Brian Stone is 7th, 8th is Mike Alfiero, 9th is Scott Souza, and 10th, Kevin Mason in the number 37. Been a good run for Kevin tonight in that big old Ford. 2 laps to go. We've got 1 to go, this time for Ernie LaRose.
White flag waves as Ernie LaRose exits turn number 4 and comes down to the start-finish line into the final circuit. Ernie off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, LaRose and the 94 of Bailey. Here they come, working their way off of turn number 4, checkered flag waves. It is Ernie LaRose, followed by Charles Bailey, Glenn Boss, Jerry Cadere, Art Hall, Russ Hawley, Brian Stone, Mike Alfiero. Followed by the 6 of Scott Souza. So to recap unofficially, the top 5 goes like this. Ernie LaRose in with car number 97, followed by Charles Bailey in the 94. Then it is Glenn Boss with car number 76. Jerry Cadere is number 31, and Art Hall in car number 12. Late model is scheduled to go 25 laps. The mini stock's 15 of the Red Dog World Series of Speedway Racing here at the Thompson International Speedway. A very happy Ernie LaRose, quite familiar with the route to victory lane, has once again driven that road as he gets ready to take the helmet off and climb out of the race car. Very happy crew runs over to greet their driver. The helmet is off. He's climbing out of the car. Let's hear it for Ernie LaRose. Rich, it's all yours.
All right, rest out. Ernie LaRose wins it tonight. The Strictly Stock feature event here tonight at the Thompson Speedway. The trophy of the checkered flag from Bob Slade. Ernie, congratulations. A great run for you. This car was really hooked. Charles Bailey was right up front. We had Glenn Boss right up front. You were not quite so far back in 8th, but that's pretty far back when those guys were starting up on the pole. Great run for you tonight, though. Got out in front and won this one.
Oh, thanks a lot, Rich. I'll tell you, when you beat those guys, you really beat the best in the business. It feels so good just to beat those 2. And I got to thank Larry's Auto Machine in Stonington. The steam in this car is unbelievable. My crew chief, Junior Irish, put the absolute best tires I've ever felt in my life on the car tonight. And my whole crew, all my sponsors, WCTY, R&R, General Repair, AFM Engineering, and everybody else, thank you very much.
Great way to end the season for you.
Yeah, it is. I'm really looking forward to next year now.
All right, Ernie LaRose, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner in the Strictly Stock main event here tonight. How about a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Ernie LaRose is the feature winner in our Strictly Stock A-Main.
It will be Tom Cashman in the number 28. 4th, Randy Tucker, then it's Fred Susi, and Ricky Shaw. Who was on Shaw? Brand new race car. Just brought it out a couple of races ago. Very few laps. In fact, first night out, he had a problem with the race car and backed it into the wall. Pretty much destroyed the car, rebuilt it, came back out here, and they're looking strong up there in the 6th spot. These cars were qualified last Friday night. So for these boys, this is well over a week since they've been in a race car. All right, here they come. Dick Brooks looks them over, ready to show them green as they come down the stripe. Late models are 38 strong, and we've got problems. Right here on the start, Randy Tucker is getting clobbered on both ends out there with the 11 car, and he is really the only one to suffer some heavy damage. Charles Bailey in the 94, the Pequot Motorlines car, with a problem. Bob Hanley, some damage to that car as well, but a pretty hard shot there for Randy Tucker. He was your 4th place car and got around coming out of 4. Randy is okay, but you can see a lot of damage both front and rear on the number 11 of Randy Tucker. 25 laps will complete this one, and then the 15-lap mini stock feature event will close out the World Series in the 96 season. All right, green flag is out. We're back underway as they scramble off of turn 4, back down into the first turn. And the drag race down in that corner. Gentis on the outside with the number 7 tries to get a run, and he's going to do it. And we've got a problem in turn 2. The 34 getting together. Also going around is the 9 of LaFleche. The 87 of Haru is around. And one of the car, we're back under caution. I believe that's Alfiero, perhaps in the 82. All started when the 34 went around out there. That's Roger Ducharme. And everybody jammed together. And Rick LaFleche ran out of room. Rob Haru also ran out of room and went around as well. 4th, Rick Shaw 5th. Paul Hurd is 6th. We'll try it again this time, folks, and let's see what we get. Here comes the 9. LaFleche back out on the racetrack. Going to hang in here on the lead lap.
Last time, Gentis was able to make a move up on the high side, but this time it looks like Johnson is off to a great start. In fact, so much so that we've got a real problem going down into turn number 1.
Tom Cashman in the number 28 shot up into the wall, heading down into the first turn. And he rode all the way around turn 1, right up against the wall at almost full speed. But he's able to pull away.
Drives off. All right, Billy Shafurko gets out ahead of the clan and takes the pace car onto pit road. Here they come. Johnson, once again, with a good run down low on the racetrack, is able to get a great start. Gentis is right there on the outside. They're back into turn number 1. Johnson has the advantage. Gentis looks to make that move up on the high side, off the turn. Rick Gentis and John Johnson side by side. The 70 machine has a slight advantage going into turn number 3. And Rick Gentis will emerge from turn number 4 as the leader of this event. Johnson back into the 2nd spot. Sean will be 3rd, followed by Susie in car number 69.
Hey, we get a lap on the scoreboard as we complete our first of our 25 tonight. And out in front, it is Rick Gentis in the lead. John Johnson 2nd, Fred Susie is 3rd, and the battle for 4th out there between the number 30 of Rick Shawn and what looks to be the number 3 of Tommy Fox, who's got a great run going there. In the number 3 down at the bottom, and Fred Susie holding down 3rd. Fox trying to make the move up through in that number 3 car as they roll back into the first turn with 2 laps complete.
Fox, who has run very, very well in this division, gets right into the side of the Susie machine. They are able to get squared away, and Fox moves into the 3rd spot. Susie is back into 4th, but here comes Sean down low to challenge Fred Susie at the start-finish line. The big kahuna, Dennis Botticello, now making his presence felt with that red and orange car number 18 as he exits turn number 2 and puts that car into the top 6. Bob Bruce also coming on board with car number 84. Mark St. Hilaire making his presence felt with car number 8, as well as the heavy hitters are quickly moving to the front. Paul Bird with the black number 32.
The heaviest hitter is up in the front, though. He started on the outside pole. He took the lead away. 1996 track champ Rick Gentis from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Winner last Saturday night of the Outlaw race. Actually, that would have been his 7th win this year here at Thompson Speedway. And Rick out in front of this one. Remember, he was in the truck race earlier on to start it off this afternoon, about 1 o'clock this afternoon. 7 hours later, he's out here in his familiar late model doing well. He's out in the race lead. 5 laps are down as we get a car sliding around in 4. That's the number 2. He gathers it back up. And we're going to stay green here for a while. Raj Ducharme in the number 2. Caution is out. We got a car against the wall up in turn 2. That may be Don Rhodes.
It is car number 73.
Fish sandwich.
All right, pace car will head for the infield. And one more time, we get underway. Green flag flies. Rick Gentis jumps on the throttle of the 70. Leads them off the turn. Look at the wholesale changes for a second as Johnson gets way up high, Bruce way down low. 3 wide into the turn. Everybody kind of ekes their way through, but boy, did we shuffle the deck that time. It is car number 70, Rick Gentis, out in front. Running in the second spot now is Fox with car number 3. Off the turn they come. Susie is up into the third spot. Johnson back to fourth. Ricky Shawn is fifth. Dennis Botticello into the sixth spot. Seventh is Bob Bruce. Eighth is St. Hilaire. Ninth is the 32 of Hurd. They're off the turn and back down that long back straightaway. The laps continue to go up on the board. We'll put 7th this time by for car number 70, Rick Gentes.
All right, Longley looks like he's going to get the black flag from Rick Brooks. A lot of smoke coming out of that 91, used to be 94. He's going to pull down the inside in the 91 car. I believe that is Longley.
That it is.
All right, out in front, Rick Gentes in the lead with 8 complete this time, 17 remaining. Then it is Tommy Fox. Fred Susie, terrific run for Freddie here tonight. Had a good start to the season. Thompson Speedway, they're all kind of slid away for him mid part of the year. Had a tough time completing races. We've got a spinner out in 2. That is Doug Burks in the number 17. He's gone around. But he is running grass, but he keeps it underpowered. We're going to stay green as we complete lap number 9. Number 9 on the boards. Heading back into this first turn, Gentes with the lead. Behind him is Tom Fox. Fred Susie is Dennis Botticello and Rick Shawn get together. Shawn slides around, makes contact with Bob Bruce, and both drivers miraculously keep underway and don't lose a whole bunch. Bruce lost about 10 spots, but Rick Shawn didn't lose a whole lot. We've got caution as 3 cars get together out on the back straightaway. One of them is Rick LaFleche. The other one, I believe, is the 71. And also the 25.
Gary Michaud, car number 71. I believe you're right.
25 of Henry Stanfield is the last car involved. Pretty hard hit for Gary Michaud. Someone was told to go to the rear of the field, and he pulled over, and nobody passed him. There they go, finally. As Johnson did obey, he pulled over to the side of the racetrack, and nobody decided to go by. All right, green is out. Once again, we've got 16 to go to complete this one, and Gentes still out in front over Susie and Tom Fox. Susie gets a good run on Tom Fox on that restart and tries to take second.
Everybody shuffles a bit, and a little bumping and grinding going on down there between turns 1 and 2, but for the most part, everybody makes it through unscathed. It is car number 70, Rick Gentes, once again, the man setting the pace off of turn number 4. Susie gets a little bit sideways when he does. It opens the door for Fox to stick the nose in the 3 down low. Tom Fox pulls up alongside. He wants to challenge for the second position. As they exit turn number 2 down the back straightaway, Fox grabs the spot from Susie, and Tom Fox is now up into the second spot. Susie is back to third. Then it is the 30 for Rick Shawn, and then they're stacked up side by side with Bob Bruce and Dennis Botticello battling it out for the next spot.
All right, heading down to the first turn, they go. The black flag's still out for Willis Longley in the 91. That car still smoking as we've got 2 cars together into the first turn. That's Bob Hanley. Oh, and Jimmy D just squeaks by. There's
actually made brief contact with the 14. There was a little spark action there, but apparently nothing too serious. Here at the Thompson Speedway, and without their help, it would have been very, very difficult to run the season's program. All right, green flag is back out. We are underway. Let's see if we can wrap this one up. Rick Gentes, once again, will lead them down to the line. Fox and Susie, once again, play a side-by-side battle. This time, Susie is on the inside, but Fox gets a good run in the higher groove. He holds on for the second spot. Rick Shawn is right there, and Shawn now moves up and around Susie. Rick Shawn slides into the third spot. Susie back to fourth, but not for long, because here comes Bob Bruce to challenge that position. Bruce in car number 84 suddenly finds the door is closed and plays a little bumper tag with Susie as they head back into turn number 1.
All right, we've got 12 complete as they head down the back straightaway. Gentes still out in front over Tom Fox with Rick Shawn. Good run for him in third as Fred Susie falls back a bit to fourth. Bob Bruce fifth, Botticello sixth. Mark St. Hilaire up there in seventh. As they come to the line, there's the halfway point. We've got a spin out in 4. That is Mike Zaransky going around. Everybody squeezes by. Let's hope Zaransky can start that purple number 52, but the yellow is out. Caution is out as Zaransky was just able to start the number 52. He was in a bad spot on the racetrack. Right in the middle of the groove. Should be a quick one here as the racetrack is clear. We'll cross them over and show them the clinch green flag and look for the restart. It's off. Green is out as Jenness once again pulls with the lead, but Sean getting up into the Tom Fox car, and Bob Bruce gets white walls on the side of that 84 car as they come off turn number 4. Everybody settles down though as they make it off the corner and head now down the back straightaway. No, Susie and Rick Sean get turned around. I'll tell you what, that was a lot of trouble right there. But Fred Susie did an outstanding job hanging onto that car. But
Mark St. Hilaire now up into the wall, and he collects another car, and Doug Burks also goes around, but Burks just simply spins and runs. Okay.
All right, we've got what?
That time, isn't it? Green flag is back out, and here they come. Whoa, way up to the wall.
Tell you what, these guys are on it right now. I think the switch has been thrown.
I think you're right. Last race of the season, and as far as they're concerned, it's let's go for broke. Rick Gentes wants to go for the win, and that is why he is trying to run away and hide from the rest of the field. Tom Fox, he's got some other ideas, and Rick Sean is running very well with car number 30. Bob Bruce right there with 84. Susan. Botticello. Any one of those cars very, very capable of taking down the win. All right, now we've got Hanley almost sideways, 3 wide off the turn as they head down the back straightaway. It is Paul Hurd stuck right in the middle. They think better of it and decide to run side by side rather than 3 wide. Hanley once again at the bottom of the racetrack tries to make a run on the inside. He and Hurd make contact, and Hanley backs out of it.
All right, and the 27 car sliding up the racetrack allows an opening there for Hurd. That's Ed Reed in the number 27. Hurd is going to grab that spot, but now without some battle there from Ed Reed on the outside. Hurd slides up the track, opens the door again for Hanley as they come 3 wide off of 4.
Here they come. What's it going to be like when they head for turn number 1? It looks like everybody plays a little pushy-shovey, but it is Hanley who emerges as the lucky one out of that deal. And Bob Hanley puts the number 14 into a top 10 spot. 7th, in fact. 17 laps up on the scoreboard.
8 to go for Rick Gentes from Woonsocket, Rhode Island, who is pretty well dominating this one, leading them all so far from his outside pole starting position. Tom Fox is now ever so slightly beginning to close in. Rick Sean is 3rd. Holding down the 4th position is number 84, Bob Bruce. Dennis Botticello is in 5th as they work down into the first turn. 6th spot, Fred Susie. 7th is Bob Hanley. 8th, Paul Hurd. 9th is Ed Reed, and Tom Blake is in 10th. With 6 laps to go this time, and Tom Fox is closing in on Rick Gentes.
Yeah, he sure does seem to be closing ever so slightly. The question is, can he do it? And boy, look at that. He has just erased the advantage that Gentes had. But Rick is able to open up just a little bit coming off the 2nd turn. A great battle for 2nd as well between the 84 of Bob Bruce and the 30 of Rick Sean as Bruce puts the 84 into the 3rd spot.
A good run for Bob here tonight. Started his first late model race a couple years ago here at Thompson in the World Series. Decided to convert his strictly stock over to a late model. It was 2 years ago. Doing pretty well. Had a great rookie year last year. Had a terrific year this year. Bob Bruce now up to 3rd, but he's only got, what, 4 laps to work his way back up and do battle with the front duo of Gentes, who has now opened it up a little bit more over Tom Fox and Bob Bruce.
All right, a good battle shaping up still here between, or among the members of Paul Hurd team, the 27 and the 4. They seem to have settled that at least momentarily, as Hurd has put the 32 out in front of that group of 3 cars. Meanwhile, 21 posted on the scoreboard. Let's make it 22 as the leader crosses the stripe. This time by, we will get 2 to go.
2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks going up in the air from chief starter Dick Brooks. 2 more for the late model stock cars here tonight. And Rick Jennis trying to win his 7th. He's way up high out of 4 with some of the lap cars up in front. And that allows Fox to close in just a little bit. Jennis way out wide. And boy, Len Johnson takes him up the racetrack a bit in turn 1. A lap and a half to go. Rick Jentis in the lead. With Tom Fox, Bob Bruce, Rick Shawn, and the big kahuna, Dennis Botticello. 1 lap to go.
White flag is displayed this time by, and here comes your leader to collect the white flag from Dick Brooks. One more time around as we've got one car, the 37 car that has spun, but hey, we are back underway, no problem. And it looks like we are headed for home. Ladies and gentlemen, restart the 37 car. And as we come off of turn number 4, it is the 70, Rick Jentis, followed by the 3 of Fox, the 84 of Bruce, the 30 of Shawn, the 18 of Botticello, the 69 of Susie, the 14 for Hanley, the 32 for Hurd. Car number 70, Rick Jentis. Car number 70, Rick Jentis pulls into victory lane, and let's not miss a minute of this. This is a big night as they round out their season here at Thompson International Speedway. Car number 70, Rick Jentis is your winner. Rich, it's all yours.
All right, Russ, thank you very much. Rich Jentis in for the 7th time this year as he nails down the victory. The track champion here at Thompson Speedway comes to victory lane in the number 70, the Mike's Motor Service AJ Fish Trucking automobile. And I guess if you count last Saturday night, his 8th win of the year. Rick Jentis, ladies and gentlemen, is your feature winner. Congratulations, another great run for you tonight. Good job, Rick. Started on the outside pole, a little bit easier than usual for you, but a lot of the heavy hitters were right with you. This car was strong tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you, at the beginning, the thing was unbelievable. The motor was pulling on rails, the car was just going through the turns flawless. Something happened there at lap 17 there. I don't know if I started getting a flat tire or what, but the car started vibrating and started getting away from me. And we just kind of held on.
A good thing it ended when it did, I guess. Tommy Fox was coming, and he got a little close there at the end, but you were able to still hold him on.
Yeah, I think this guy had about 2 more laps in it. That was about it. I was done. But held on for the 25 laps. That's all I had to do. Got to thank my crew. They did an excellent, excellent job getting this thing out there. And definitely made it a lot easier starting from the outside. Usually we always got to start in the back and work our way up. By the time we get to the front, we burn the tires off. It's a lot easier starting up front.
All right, congratulations, Rick. Rick Jentis, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner tonight. He gets the trophies, the checkered flag, and a box of Loctite as the feature winner at our late model stock car main event here this evening. The 1996 late model champion here at the Thompson International Speedway. Rick Jentis out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, is the winner down here in Victory Lane. 7 regular late model wins this season, plus the Outlaw late model main last Saturday night. Great World Series weekend. Rick Jentis was 2 for 2 in the late models here in World Series 1996.